VW here in full effect with tray and this ride.
It looks like it could fly.
What time is it?
I don't know.
Time to unpimp the auto. Oh, snap. German engineering in the house, yeah.
The GTI Mark V, pre-tuned by German engineers.
And two subcultures and vandalism. What's going on in this commercial?
Well, this is a classic travesty. Everyone is mocking everything. But the ad suffers quite a bit from its own density, I think. And depending on how many references you're catching, it's either really obnoxious or it's hilarious. For example, when our main guy goes, "Time to unpimp the auto," he's in part referencing this MTV show, Pimp My Ride, which turns jalopies into these outrageously tricked out hip-hop cars. But at the same time, he's kind of citing Public Enemy's Flavor Flav. What time is it? And so maybe this is a classic example of the connotative difference between what is complex and what is complicated.
There's a difference between those two? You're going to have to elaborate on that.
Something complex might be maybe German engineering, something that's finely put together, that has lots of parts that interweave well and produce something. Something that is complex is maybe like the hip-hop car, that has lots of whistles and bells that don't contribute to anything.
Yeah, they're all just glommed on.
That's right. Right. So I think what the ad is attempting to do in a really complicated way is set up this spectrum between something that is privileging useless bling and something that is privileging simplicity of design, elegance, streamlined contour. Except they've decided to do it in this ridiculously outlandish way. They set up not just this spectrum of simplicity to useless bling, but they've put on one end this emasculated, clownish figure of a rap gangster who, I don't know about you guys, looks to me kind of like the stoned love child of LeVar Burton and Chuck D. And at the other end, and he has a hip-hop car, and at the other end, we have this emasculated, clownish version of Sprockets meets Dr. Strangelove, and he has a GTI Mark V.
And they fling the bling. Is that what it's about? Is it the vandalism? Because that seems to be the joy of German engineering.
Yeah, I guess so. You know, VW's been going through this major rebranding thing because they started out with this whole, they were riding on the coattails of the iMac redesign back in like the 2000 era. And they sold a lot of cars to the most non-committal niche. You know, I think it's one of the most leased cars too. So, and I don't think they have made any more money than they did then. Now, you know, in 2006 presently. So they're having problems finding a niche to sell to. And then they tried this grown-up Jetta campaign also, trying to appeal to the slightly older crowd. But I don't know how well that's going because it seems like they've reverted back to the kid, you know, oh, it's weird and it's funny.
I'm curious about your perspective because I noticed that they don't really show the car very much. In fact, it's a white car with some minor black details and the whole surrounding's white, and they show it for a split second at the very end, and the rest of the time we're entertained, right? We get to, you know, hail back to, as you said, all these different stereotypes and, you know, and basically a gimmicky approach to an advertisement. And so, you know, it almost seems like the message of the ad is lost in the entertainment of it, and I guess that's what you're getting at with the complex versus, you know, whatever. I don't remember the other half.
That catapult is the oldest and crudest form of the catapult. The trebuchet, 8th century French military technology. Why are they putting it in with German technology? why are they showcasing something 12 centuries old from a different country?
It's probably the coolest way to break a gangster's car. It is. In your face, G. Yeah, they don't give any specs, like you were saying, about the car. They give no specs about the car. And then I guess if I was a black male, I'd be kind of angry. Because this guy, no wonder he's wearing sunglasses. He doesn't want his family to recognize him. With all the stereotypes he's doing. He's got gold chains on, a sprayed-on hat, one leg, pant leg up, you know. And then they ask him what time it is. He goes, I don't know, but he has 3 watches on.
But he wasn't wearing the clock.
How do you not know what time it is? He has 3 watches on. So.
And the way he expressed it, I'll know. Yeah, just, you know,
exactly.
But he didn't seem to respond at all when his car is completely decimated. It was just...
No, in fact, when he passes the GTI, he's checking that out.
Yeah.
Interesting approach.
I thought it was so beautifully shot too. With the, I mean, if you I played it back over and over and watched it in slow motion. As the car arcs just under the sun, the shadow flicks right across the wall beautifully. They had to do that in post. I don't know how they could have done that. Well, it'd been fairly expensive to try it over. Let's keep smashing cars till we get this right.
Well, and I noticed also that they spaced it perfectly where he's right underneath the car, the nihilist, right, from Big Lebowski. So the car is just arcing right over his head, and I was, from a production standpoint, thinking, wow, that must have been difficult to shoot.
Okay, he launches a car by pushing a button. What else can you do to push a button? What else is interesting you can do by pushing a button, Ann?
Mute the ad.
Nana.
Start and stop a 7 Series BMW, which is the real German engineered car.
Kim.
You can irritate a spouse by pushing their buttons.
Chad.
We could end the war once and for all.
I knew somebody would go there. And you can also hunt live game over the internet.